understand that some people have lost their businesses entirely or partially, or don't even know where to start from post this COVID pandemic. But in this video, I would like to share some tips on how to bounce back. On this channel, I share videos about fashion, entrepreneurship, and how to juggle all this with a full-time job. If you like the sound of that, please subscribe. Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Hilda Gloria, but you can always call me Hilda Gloss. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to bounce back into business. This topic is very important because I have some friends that have reached out to me and have asked me, how is business? How are you coping? Are you working? We are not able to sustain our businesses anymore. We are closing. We are really worried. We do not know what to do. Just thought about some tips that would be great for businesses that are unsure if they're able to open. Some have actually lost all they've had. Some have actually, used up all their capital during this pandemic. Some have lost, their physical locations because probably they weren't able to pay up the rent because they were not working, they were not in business anymore. Others are thinking about quitting business and actually getting back to zero. Now, I understand it is a bit difficult. It has been difficult for my business as well. I have made the least sales in the past 6 months for the entire 5.5 years that my business has been running. And it's not only you. It is not only your business that is suffering. It is not only you that is going through the pandemic or who is being affected. Everybody has been affected. This is a global pandemic. It is a global problem. So that means that, okay, yeah, there's some businesses that actually thrived, but most of the businesses, especially those that are product or goods based, have been terribly affected. I'll tell you my honest truth. It has been really, really difficult that at some point I just felt like if it failed out, I was just going to put everything on pause, relax, and just wait for it all to end for me to start again or to continue. But I didn't ever have it in my mind that I was ever going to close my business, because I've actually run it even when it had nothing, like when it had no sales. So giving up was not an option for me. Be persistent. Everything is going to be okay. The world will soon restart again. We will soon get back to normal. In some places things are starting to get back to normal. Business is starting again. Even if it has started in some parts of the world, especially in Milan where I live, we are back to business, we're back to our jobs, but still things are very slow. So don't panic thinking that the other businesses are catching up and you are still locked down, or the other businesses have started and you're not able to. We are struggling together. This is a global problem. But how are we going to look at that? We definitely need to look on the positive side. What are we going to do to make sure that we stay in business? What are we going to do that we make sure that we get up from the floor where we have fallen? As an entrepreneur, I knew that my business was at risk, especially that it is a small business. I wasn't very sure that it was going to stay in business that much, or I wasn't very sure that we were going to make any sales since everything just stopped all of a sudden. And immediately I started to think about ways that I was going to keep myself in business even though there were no sales. Now, I would like to tell you that business can be there even when there are no sales. For example, during my first year of my business, I made very few sales, but that didn't stop me. Second year, things got even worse. That didn't stop me. Business started picking up in my third year, and the pandemic has only been there for 6 months. That is not going to shake me. I'm not stopping. I'm not closing my business just because I didn't make many sales during the pandemic. So I would like to encourage you, do not close your business unless it is the only option that you've got. So as an entrepreneur, I immediately thought about ways to keep myself in business, and one of them was to keep my business going. I kept on posting, I kept on reposting the old stuff. This was the chance that I had to actually repost it. I took lots of photos, I created lots of content that would last me for the next maybe 3 months. I worked a lot on the website. And I did all these tasks that I didn't get the time to do when I was busy, when the world was busy, when the sales were so many, when there was a lot of work to do. So the pandemic was a blessing in disguise that it gave me time to actually stop and reconstruct and rethink and re-strategize. So if you are in the same situation and you're still in lockdown, I would advise you to do that instead of worrying about whether you're going to catch up, whether you're going to get up again, whether you're going to have enough capital, whether you'll find your physical space still waiting for you. I didn't stop working. I made sure that people do not forget about my business. I kept on talking about it in different ways. If you follow me on social media, you will notice that for the past 6 months, I would say, there wasn't that much new stock. There was just a little bit of new stock because these are things that I had ordered in the past and that were just arriving during the lockdown. Do not panic. Business will resume and we will be able to start. We're not starting at the same pace, but we are going to be able to start and actually might catch up in the future. But of course, it's not going to be an easy restart. It's like the world needs to recover, and this is a global problem. Like, all the countries have to be fine first of all the countries have to be opened first of all for you to be fine. I thought that if Milan opens, okay, business will start, but then I thought, oh, my customers are not only Italians or are not only Milanese people. These are people that are all over the world, especially in Uganda. That is where my biggest market base is. So if Uganda is still closed, that means yes, business is up here and running, but my customers are not working. So who is going to buy these products? So it is a communal problem. Until the whole world is safe, until the whole world is okay, nobody is starting to work. Yes, you might rush to get back into business, but who's going to buy your products? People have not been working. They don't have that much income. Your suppliers probably are still in lockdown. Who is going to be producing these products? So calm down. Relax, re-strategize, rethink, work on the things that you have not given much attention as you continue to keep your business, afloat. For my friends out there that have got small businesses that have maybe lost their physical spaces because they're not able to pay rent, I would advise you to restructure. Think about Plan B. Start selling online. Use social media to sell. These are free platforms where you don't have to actually pay rent to use them. Or reduce the size of your office, reduce the size of your working space, but you have got to restructure so that you work within your means. Otherwise, there's no point having a big building and then you are not getting anything in return, or you're not getting as much in return. In the end, there's no return on investment. Restructure it. You can go online. You can change your physical space into a smaller space that you can actually afford. You can reduce the number of employees. I'm sorry, people will be losing their jobs, but if you cannot afford to hire them, if you cannot afford to pay them, there's no need for you to keep them without payment. That's not fair on them as well. Let them go so that they can find other opportunities elsewhere where they will be able to be paid and on time. For people that have lost almost their capital, especially people that work, for example, with perishable goods where everything got rotten, or people that have lost their capital in terms of they've consumed it because they didn't have enough upkeep, they didn't have enough money to take care of them in the past 6 months, you can consider getting a loan. There's nothing wrong with getting a loan. You can get a loan walk to the bank, get a loan. Right now, banks are offering like less interest rates to encourage business people, especially small businesses, to go and get loans so that they can be able to revive their businesses or to continue being in business. One other possible solution that I've actually seen online, and I've had friends that have actually applied relief funds. Now, there's so many relief funds, but you have to make sure that you are eligible. They are specific to regions, they are specific to need, they are specific to size of business, they are specific to number of employees that you have, they are specific to the amount of capital that you have, they are specific to the sector that you're in. So look up these funds that are there to help and make sure that you do qualify, that you are eligible so that you can actually get some relief. There's nothing wrong. It might be very bureaucratic, that you might have to spend a lot of time waiting, or you might need a lot of paperwork, but if it is important and you need some help, go ask for help. For example, I know Vital Impact Relief Facility, it's helping Kenyans and Ugandans if you're in the agro-based industry or in the manufacturing industry or in the processing industry. So make sure that you do qualify. Look at the industry, look at the kind of business they're looking at, look at the size, number of employees, location, so that you can actually get this help. Make use of these funds because the money is there to actually help people. Don't lose your business. Go get some help so that you can actually stay in business. Now, most of these relief funds are coming in terms of grants where you're given an amount of money. It also comes in terms of loans that are either interest free or a lower interest rate to help small business owners continue to stay in business. So if you need help, do not be afraid to ask for help, to apply for help. Look up these funds. I'm going to link down below the funds that I have found online that might be vital for my followers, especially the ones in Africa and the ones in Italy. I have friends that have asked me if I know of any. I have read online, I've done my research online, and all you have to do is follow the eligibility criteria. Make sure that you do qualify or you are eligible for it for you to apply. And I wish you the best. I hope you get help. I hope everybody gets help, and I hope that everybody is able to stay in business. Do not give up your business. Even if you're not making sales, it is still a business. You are doing great. I would like to encourage you, keep working. So recently I made a little bit over 100 subscribers, and that made me really happy because I started my channel a few weeks ago, and to celebrate that, I am giving away $100 to one lucky subscriber. If you would like to participate in the giveaway, make sure you check out my previous video and do follow the terms and conditions. Now, don't be mean, share this information with your friends, because if you don't win, maybe your friend might win. If you know of any other ways that a small business can get back up on its feet, let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, this is the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. Please share it with your friends. Leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye!